it's not the first time that the North has proposed talks with the US. In fact, it's generally the United States that they do want to sit down at the table with, rather than a larger assortment of the six-party talks, for example, where they then have to deal with other bilateral issues that they don't necessarily want to deal with. It really also follows the pattern of North Korean brinkmanship that we've seen over the decades, that they'll issue a series of threats, that they may launch rockets, nuclear tests, whatever it's been, to exacerbate tensions, and then they'll demand talks. One interesting point to note, which the South Korean Unification Ministry spokesman said in relation to this particular proposal, is that normally when North Korea suggests talks, it comes from the Foreign Ministry. This time round, it's coming from the National Defense Commission, which is the highest governmental agency in North Korea. So make of that what you will. A slight difference there. But their general position remains the same. They've said in this proposal, we want to discuss denuclearization, but we will keep our nuclear weapons as long as there are nuclear weapons directed against us in the region. And that pretty much nullifies any hope for talks that it might want with the United States, because their starting point has always been that North Korea needs to be serious with actions rather than just words if it wants to come to the table. This is what Dennis McDonough, the White House Chief of Staff, told CBS yesterday about the White House response on those talks.
Those talks have to be real. They have to be based on them living up to their obligations, to include on proliferation, on nuclear weapons, on smuggling and other things. And so we'll judge them by their actions, not by the nice words that we heard yesterday. I will say that the bottom line is they're not going to be able to talk their way out of the very significant sanctions they're under now, sanctions that Russia supported and, very importantly, that China supported.
And, of course, that mention of China is so important. How much leverage does China have, or is China willing to exert at the moment on North Korea? How much is its basic position of support towards the North unchanged? Questions which right now we don't know the answer to.